Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, retail professionals, and welcome to episode 6 of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, executive editor of Total Retail. Today, I'm joined by Scott Tannen, founder and CEO of Boll Branch, an omnichannel retailer of organic bedding and luxury linens. Scott is going to discuss how Boll Branch has been able to create a name for itself in the luxury bedding category while still maintaining a competitive pricing advantage by selling direct-to-consumer online. Thanks for joining me, Scott.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
My first question is, can you talk about why Boll Branch made the decision to start selling direct-to-consumer online?
Sure. We really started from the very ground in trying to build a business that offered a strong advantage to the consumer. And one of the ways that businesses are doing that now is by selling direct to consumer. We're essentially making the consumer the wholesaler and benefiting from the prices that other importers are selling to distributors. We're selling at that price right to the consumer. So for us to be able to offer a strong price advantage in the general market, direct to consumer seemed to be the most logical way to do it.
Can you talk about the challenges that it came with the decision to start selling online, and then maybe how you overcame those challenges?
Sure. Well, in bedding is classically a touch and feel product that is purchased out of necessity, right? So the consumer suddenly needs new sheets. They got married, they got a new bed, their old one's ripped. They go to the store and they touch and feel product, and they purchase the product that at the store feels the best to them. So the challenge for us is selling a touch and feel product to people that don't have the opportunity to touch and feel it. So we needed to do two things. Number one, we needed to have a product that exceeded expectations on every single measure. So such that consumers are willing to talk about it. I don't know about you, but I don't go to a lot of cocktail parties that people talk about their bedding. But if you can deliver a product that's incredible enough and high enough quality, they will, and they do. So that was the first piece. The second piece is you have to be incredibly flexible to make the process even more convenient than going to a store. So you order it online, it arrives at your doorstep from us in just a couple days. We don't charge for shipping, we don't charge for returns, and we allow people to actually open the product, wash it, use it for 30 days in their home, and get a feel for how the product not only feels initially in the store, but how it actually feels as they continue to use it. So we feel that those two things of having an outstanding product and then putting our money where our mouth is and letting the consumers really try it out, that those are challenges that we've overcome just by operating a little differently.
In addition to e-commerce, can you talk about a key part of Boll Branch's business is sustainability and the use of fair trade certified products. Can you talk about why that is so important to the business?
Yeah, well, my wife and I founded the business, and we are not textiles people. She's a former third grade teacher that spent the last 10 years at home with our kids, and I spent most of my career in the video game business, which gives us a pretty unique angle on textiles in that we are both disadvantaged from our lack of maybe experience, which is overcome by building a tremendously experienced team. But secondly, we're unencumbered by sort of the way things have always been done. So for us, as we started looking at putting our own money and our own investment into a product, we started asking questions around things that others that maybe have been in the industry a long time just accept. So we started right at the source and worked directly with the cotton farmers and spoke to them and understood the difference in their lives that working with organic cotton means. And we're not just talking about a small difference. We're talking about life and death. These are smallholder farmers that don't have the benefit that American farmers do from technology and safety and things like that. So applying pesticides becomes extremely hazardous to their health and also to the health and the environment in which in the villages that they live. So to us, there was no choice but going the organic route with cotton. It just made such a tremendous difference to the people who rely on us. And as we think about fair trade, again, it's kind of like the golden rule. My mom and dad brought me up: treat others as you'd like to be treated. So you can't accept that just paying minimum wage in a country, when you do a little research and find that minimum wage leaves people underneath the poverty line. How can I build a business that I'm, bringing to consumers, to the investment community, et cetera, here in the U.S., when I know it's leaving a trail of sort of blood and tears, so to speak, on the other side of the world. So we wanted to build the business and build the economics from day one so that we made sure that every worker and everybody that touches our product is treated fairly, has an opportunity to not only earn a wage, but earn a fair wage that puts them above the poverty line. And we have a number of other things that we do, including paying school tuition for the families of our factory workers, to providing health insurance, not just to them, but their entire families. And a number of great programs you could read about on our website that to us is really just about doing things the right way, following the golden rule. And sometimes it's sad to us that that's really what makes us unique in our category.
And then lastly, can you talk about your strategy for continuing to grow the Boll & Branch business?
Sure. First and foremost, continuing to get product into people's hands. At the end of the day, we sell a product that is so vastly superior to anything, not only at the price point we sell, but at a multiple of the price point we sell. Completely objectively, it is a superior product in every way. Putting that product in people's hands, we see it time and time again. They spend one night on our sheets, and it blows their mind. I mentioned that we offer free returns and things like that, but nobody returns our product. Our return rate is like a fraction of 1%, and usually that's just because the color didn't work in someone's decor, never because the product doesn't meet standards. So that's our goal, is continue to get the product into people's hands, and I think there's going to be two outputs of that. Number one, I hope our business continues to thrive. We're growing very, very aggressively and very rapidly, but also I hope it's a bit of a wake-up call to the rest of the industry to realize that, hey, you can't get away with your 800% markups anymore, and you do need to treat consumers with a little bit more respect, because now there is an alternative that's sort of not bought into their way things have always been done, that we're changing things, we're disrupting the market, and hopefully the more people that experience Boll & Branch, the more that'll realize that the status quo is really fairly poor.
Great. Well, I want to take this opportunity to thank Scott Tannen, again, who is the co-founder and CEO of Boll & Branch. I also want to thank the audience for listening to this edition of Total Retail Talks. Please check out our podcast channel page, mytotalretail.com/podcasts, for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on iTunes and Stitcher, but make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. Thanks, and we look forward to you joining us next time.